Try the spirits, whether they are of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it don't matter what our mouths say. Our actions and activities mean everything. The things we engage in, the ways we react to our problems. Cause the angels is running around with ink horns, marking there. And the demons is marking what belong to them too. Running around hitting hands and foreheads. Ask yourself, whose mark you got?
Whose mark you got? Whose mark you got?
Yeah.
We got two kind of people in the world. Those who torture and those who nurture. Which one are you? You the one to give life or the one who murder? Got a good cause, wrong way to go about it. Probably do better without it. He filtering us. One side understand it, other side gon' doubt it. Don't answer the question. It's not for your mouth to speak, just for your mind to think, so your hands can do, so you can DDW. Do the work through and through, that's the way we show who guiding us and who ride with us, who providing us. Did it benefit the just or bring the fire to discuss? Got a mark in your hand by the thoughts we think, by the thoughts we think. Got a mark in your hand by the work we do, by the work we do. You were serving the who's driving you, who's supplying you everything you knew. Did it benefit who? Where you get your fuel? Which mark you got? Whose mark you got? Which mark you got? Whose mark do you got? Which mark do you got? Whose mark do you got? Which mark do you got? Said whose mark do you got? Which mark do you got? Whose mark do you got? Which mark do you got? Whose mark do you got? If you're causing confusion in discord, then you lose it. If that's the road that you're choosing, who are you to chasten? In a hostile fashion, make threats like you the captain. Vengeance is his. Tell me how you missed that. Claiming that you follow his path, doing everybody bad. Getting down where you're mad. Mercy and humility you lack. That's Satan's mark. That hating mark. That abomination mark. Gotta sit real high while you cry and pride. Cause of you we sigh and cry. Which power you serve in? Muscle us like extortion. Got us locked down like a warden. Gentile or Jew, you better watch what you do. Cause we need saving from you. Got a mark in your hand by the thoughts we think, by the thoughts we think. Got a mark in your hand by the work we do, by the work we do. You were serving the who's driving you, who's supplying you everything you knew. Did it benefit who? Where you get your fuel? Which mark you got? Whose mark you got? Which mark you got? Whose mark do you got? Which mark do you got? Whose mark do you got? Which mark do you got? Said whose mark do you got? Which mark do you got? Whose mark do you got? Which mark do you got? Whose mark do you got?
Yeah, as far as you militants out there, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. These ain't normal people you insulting no more. You are dealing with the children of a higher now. People who pray and call out his name. People who seek to please him. People who trying their best to follow his commandments. People with the power to sigh and cry and wipe their feet off as a testimony against you. People that's begging y'all to cool down and lighten up while you throw around all your negative spirits, while you throw around all your insults, constantly fussing and cussing, bickering and debating and handling things like you would if you was on the streets before you was in the truth, making the saints and the elect uncomfortable. I speak for them right now. Busting people faith up, I'm speaking for them right now. Discouraging the people of the Most High, I'm speaking for them. While you recording your bash video at the bash video, always trying to tear down the next man work that he doing for the Most High, trying to reach his people, trying to wake people up. And here you come with your ulterior motives and jealous heart and scorned feelings cause some didn't go your way, making all these disrespectful rap records, airing out all your personal business. That ain't truth music. What you think this is, 50 Cent on Ja Rule? Hey, this ain't Beef 3. We supposed to be praising the Most High with our zeal and knowledge, not crashing people's social media posts, putting everybody in a bad mood. Man, people tired of that, begging you to quit and you ain't respecting their space. I'm speaking for them right now. Whose mark you got? Man, y'all wilding out and turning people walking this truth into a prison, in a living hell. And that ain't free, that's gonna cost you. If you think you ain't gonna pay for that, then you are out of your mind, straight up. Read the Bible, Proverbs 28:14. Happy is the man that feareth always. Please pay attention to these scriptures. Listen to this. Happy is the man who fear the Most High. So that's why you ain't happy, cause you ain't fearing the Most High. But why is it that you always angry and disappointed with your surroundings? What is it that you doing that's messing you up? Let's read on. But he that harden his heart shall fall into mischief. Kabang, you are hardening your heart. Hardening your heart means that though you see the big picture, you are still purposely staying stubborn. That's a direct challenge to the Most High, tempting him, putting him in a position where he gotta show you his power, like he did with the Pharaoh. That's why you always unhappy and falling into mischief. What is mischief? Mischief is Strong's number 87451, and it means bad, evil, unpleasant, displeasing, worse, sad, unhappy, hurt, unkind, and wicked. So that's all the things that you bringing upon yourself when you harden your heart, So stop pointing fingers everywhere else outside of yourself, blaming it on your surroundings. It is not your surroundings, it is you. It ain't nobody else's fault that you going through what you going through and that you always unhappy. That's your fault. Number 1, start fearing the Most High. Number 2, stop hardening your heart, and the Father will grant you peace. Precept, get it again. Who do the Father grant his peace to? Isaiah 26:3. That will keep him in perfect peace. Keep him in perfect peace that do what? Whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. He whose mind is stayed on thee. So see, your mind ain't stayed on the Most High. That's why you have no peace. That's why you always mad and kicking up dust, because your mind is not stayed on the Most High. You don't really believe on him, because if you did, you would trust him, and you would be doing what these scriptures is telling you to do, and he will be granting you peace. Precept, get it again. Who does the Father grant his peace to? Isaiah 57:19-21. I create the fruit of the lips. And what will the fruit of the lips speak? What is this fruit of the lips that you speak of, Father? Peace. Kabang. Peace to him that is afar off, and to him that is near, saith thy power. And I will heal him, and he will heal you. And only then will he heal you. That's why you're not being healed. That's why he's not healing you, because the fruitful lips of peace ain't in you, Most of us is out here speaking hostilities with our mouth. Peace stay far away from us and ain't coming nowhere near us if we talking like that, That's why your soreness ain't healing. That's why this word ain't working on you, because you not following it. Do what these scriptures is telling you to do, and the Father will grant you peace and heal you. That's the only way you gonna get it. Let's keep going through 20 and 21. Verse 20, but the wicked are like the troubled sea. Like the troubled sea, like raging waters flipping and tossing and noise them. That's chaos. Like the troubled sea when it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt. Mire and dirt. So you stirring up mud and dirt as you rage like a troubled sea. You are doing this to yourself, bringing this upon yourself. This is the opposite of a calm, peaceful river. A calm, peaceful river ain't kicking up no mire and mud and dirt. It's chilling and settled, clean and clear. But this mire, mud, and dirt is the trouble that you keep stirring up, when you rage like a troubled sea. Stop raging like a troubled sea, and you'll stop receiving all this mire, mud, and dirt that you complaining about, Oh, come on now. Y'all don't want to hear what these scriptures is telling y'all up in here. Get verse 21. 21, there is no peace, saith the Most High, to the wicked. Kabang, ouch. That's why you not receiving no peace, because that's wickedness that you doing. This is a tit for tat. You reap what you sow. Grant mercy and peace, and you will receive mercy and peace. The offenses is the mire and mud and dirt. Stop at him who has humility, right? Humility is them calm waters when you're kicking back instead of flipping out. When you understand things. Precept, get it again. Who do the Father grant his peace to? Psalm 29:11. Thy power will give strength unto his people. The Father will bless you with strength. You will be strong. And what else will he bless you with? Thy power will bless his people with peace. Kapow, there it is there. He will bless his people with peace. So that's how you know you belong to the Most High, and that he has received and collected you. Because why? Because you will be at peace. He will grant you peace. Do that mean that nothing is happening to you? No, it don't mean that. It just means that whatever is happening to you, it ain't strong enough to disturb that peace that he has granted you, Precept, get it again. Who did the Father grant his peace to? Psalm chapter 119, verse 165. Great peace have they. Great peace have all they who do what? Which love thy law. Kabang, and what? And nothing shall offend them. And nothing shall, get it again. Precept, let's get into these marks. The Father's mark is peace. Who do he grant his peace to? Psalm 37:37. Mark the perfect man and behold the upright. Mark this upright man with what? For the end of that man is peace. The Father's mark is peace. It's the Father's mark that grants us peace or not. What's a good example? What happened when the Father granted us his mark of peace? Ezekiel chapter 9:4. And thy power said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. So go through the Israelites and do what? And set a mark upon the forehead. Set a mark upon the foreheads of who? Of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Kabang. So he granted that mark of peace to those who was sighing and crying for all of the wickedness that was going on around them. You see that? Now you gotta ask yourself, is you sighing and crying, or are you the one that's causing others to sigh and cry? Are you remaining blameless in all of the abominations that's going on? Because that's who he's gonna give this mark to. Those that are remaining blameless in the equation. Those that sighing and crying. Not those that stealing this justice and retaliating for themselves and trying to even their own score. No, that make you a participant. That's the opposite of sighing and crying. What you sighing and crying about? You getting even. You're doing to those what they are doing to you. That's not who he giving this mark of peace to. Jump down to 6 and let's get what happened to everybody who lacked that mark. Let us read on. Ezekiel 9 and verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. But spare who? But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. Kabang. So whoever had that mark was spared, huh? So you looking around and everybody done got chopped up with you. That's peace. The Father granted you peace. You was marked with peace, not to be touched, to be delivered from what happened to the rest of the land, huh? Now let's get it in the contrary. Who do he not grant his peace to? Job chapter 10 and 14. If I sin, then thou markest me. Marked you with what? And thou would not acquit me from mine iniquity. Ouch, he has not acquitted the one that is wearing this mark from his evil doing, huh? That means he letting harm reach you. He letting all kind of iniquity touch you. You gonna be in a game of iniquity, huh? You gonna be giving it, you gonna be taking it, it's gonna be getting done to you, you gonna be doing it to others. If you was back in Ezekiel 9, you would have caught that slaughter, huh? You wouldn't have been spared. Mark of peace wouldn't have been on you. You getting touched. You touching people in retaliation. You weak in the spirit. You falling into all your temptations. You too weak to fight them. He is not protecting you, huh? He allowing iniquity to touch you. You see that? Now imagine you done walked your whole walk like that and then you get to the throne like that. You are not gonna be successful at the judgment, huh? You're gonna get stuffed in the fire hole. Now that's the two ways that the Most High mark us. One of peace, one of harm, huh? But Satan also has his mark, the mark of the beast. And everybody is arguing whether or not it's spiritual or physical. Well, has it ever occurred to you that both of y'all might be right? Let's get Satan's mark. Revelation chapter 13 verses 16 through 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive what? To receive a mark in their right hand and in their forehead. See that? To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. If the mark is in your head and you're thinking the beast's wicked thoughts in your mind and his mark is in your hand, symbolizing the works that your hands do, then you already gonna have his mark, right? Which is true. Those wicked marks are his marks. That's how he been identifying his minions before this new mark was implemented, right? But this new mark has to be received. So no, he's gonna require more in the last day. He's gonna want a conscious decision made physically. Tell us more about this mark that hasn't taken place yet. What will this new mark bring? 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark. Kabang. So see, that's physical. This mark will stop you from buying or selling. That's beyond some mark that's in your head according to your thought, and some mark that's in your hand according to the evil works of your hands, right? This is physical. Everywhere you go to do business, regular old men are gonna have to be able to see this mark in order to have you buy or sell, right? This is a new form of currency. So if we reading this out this Bible right now and we see them trying to bring this forth right in front of our eyes, is it not safe to connect this to that? This is the mark of the beast, Satan's mark. Now let's tie all this together right fast and get up out of here. What will happen to all they that take this mark? Revelation chapter 19 and verse 20. And the beast was taken, and with him who? And with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, and his minions which did what? With which he deceived them and had them receive the mark of the beast. Kabang. And his minions that aided in the widespread of his mark, that was helping him, that was serving him, and who else? And them that worship his image. Oh man, it's about to get real. And them that worshipped his image, loved his image, trusted his image. And what is his image? His image is all evil, right? And evil is everything anti-law, ain't it? The unjust, the liars, the thieves, the murderers, all this y'all out here doing to your enemies, right? The envious, the slanderers, the blasphemers, all these things y'all doing back and forth to people to get even, right? Do you see this iron? Do you see this iron? All that negativity you switching back and forth when you debating with a brother and you wishing bad on him and you hating him in your heart and you're saying words that you think is gonna hurt him, not caring caring whether or not what you saying is totally true or not. You know what I'm saying? All these games you out here playing with your adversary. You could bet you done violated all of this stuff when you out here playing games with your adversaries, right? Now, do you see why the Father was granting his sons peace? Do you see why peace was so important in this life? Y'all don't hear y'all brother up in here. You see what you was participating in. These is Satan's images, huh? This stuff ain't none of the Most High. What about the adulterers and the fornicators, right? Satan's mark. What about the homosexuals and those doing bestiality? Satan's mark. Those are Satan images. That's Satan's mark. You see that? This is why all of these people who was doing this stuff ain't making it. These were Satan's marks. It's law set against all this stuff, is it not? What about the idolater? That's the worship of false gods and other physical things, right? Putting this carnal garbage before the Most High, huh? Bang, there it is there. That's where that RFID chip gon' fall in at, huh? Where you rolled over on the Most High so you could keep buying and selling. Where your level of comfort and your style of living was more important than staying true to the Most High law, huh? Ain't it law set in place against the defilement of the temple, which is our body? Bang, there it is there. You don't think putting a foreign object into your body transgressed the temple law? They have turned you into a merchandise. They scanning you left and right like a credit card. Bang. You ain't even so-called human no more. Bang. They are scanning you like an electronic everywhere you go. Gotcha. Don't no plastic or chips or magnets or none of that stuff belong up under our skin, a part of our flesh. Gotcha. You like a robot. Bang. That's robotic, man. Gotcha. You have become a cyborg. That's a cyborg. Bang. A centurion. Half man, half robot. Your goose is cooked. You see that? Nah, you done chose up. You have accepted and received Satan's mark. For what? So that you could keep buying and selling? And what will happen to all they that choose the image of this beast? These both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Straight like that, you done got stuffed in the fire hole. Period. Precept. Get it again. Let's go out with what happened to all they who don't take Satan's mark or worship the image of that beast. Revelations chapter 20 verse 4. And I saw a throne, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahshua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received the mark upon their forehead or in their hand. Bang, there them saints go right there. And what reward did they reap for this? And they lived and reigned with Christ for 1,000 years. Bang, baby, that's kingdom money right there. They slid right through that gate, huh? That's how we gon' get this. All praises to a higher Bashem Yeshaya Wabawak. Examine whose mark do you got. And I am your brother to the bronze, Shala to the wine.